All right, everybody. Are you guys feeling good tonight for Monday? Yes, start the week right. Who's hungover from Cinco de Mayo? Don't lie. Don't lie. All right, guys, we've got a fully loaded night tonight. Now, I know that we changed the time around a little bit today. We are half an hour earlier than we usually have our team call. So that's probably why we've got people coming in, and they'll probably be coming in late as we go. But we're going to kick this off because we got a special VIP guest, which is why we need to have our call half an hour earlier. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her because she is absolutely amazing, crushing the business. And we'll get more into who she is and everything about her. But first, let me jump right into recognition and getting down to business because, like I said, we are on a time crunch tonight. All right, Veronica, are you on the call? Yeah, I see. Okay. All right, so Diesel Core, welcome to our May 2019 team call. Let's kick it off with the recognition of Success Club earners in April 2019. So we have a new top coach in town. This is funny, guys. Sue, we have a chat with all the Diamond and Above coaches within the team. And in there, I don't know what, she popped in and she just said, I challenge everybody to, I think it was Success Club 20 or more. And she goes, especially you, Monica. And she's like pointing me out. And I'm like, oh, it is on. If you guys know me, you know I love a healthy competition. It's what I feed off of. So as soon as Sue told me, I challenge you, Monica, I went crazy. Her and I were neck and neck all month long. It turns out homegirl beat me. She beat me by 4 points. So I get to pass on the crown to her for all of April. I'm coming back for her in May. Watch me. But Sue, congratulations. You are the top Success Club earner for all of April. We also have Megan Pallone, Donna Paniagua, my mom, Becky Cooper, Tabitha Bogue, Illy Suarez, Veronica, my sister Veronica Cavalcante, and Rochelle Perez, who also hit Success Club 10 and above. And then Success Club 5 and above, helping at least 3 or more people. We have Jennifer Pelaez, Martha Palacios, Ann Quinones, my hubby, Johan Lopez, hitting the leaderboards, Amy Alvarello, Michelle Perella, Nikki Moya, Casey Mangler, Carletti Medina, Monica Cardoso, Jennifer Casais, Megan Garcia Galbo, Ana Hernandez, Dixie Andrade, Yanni Diaz, Jennifer Goichea, I think I got it, Yahaira Fierro, Victoria Delinguez, Adrian Swainer, Lorene Smith, Catherine Lorenz, Gina Cohen, and Jackie Baglio. So congratulations, everybody who crushed their goals in April. And you guys know we say this all the time. If you crushed your goals in April, the month before, awesome. That means you're fired up and you're ready. You planted a bunch of seeds, a lot of them sprouted, but now it's time to focus in on May. If you didn't quite hit your goal in April, that's okay too. The good news is that we have a clean slate. All the work that you put in April, it is going to now transfer over into May, and it's just a matter of getting focused and leveraging everything we have in front of us. And our guest tonight is going to talk a lot about that tonight. So with that, congratulations to all of our April 2019 Success Club earners. And I'm going to pass it on to my sister for the next recognition.
All right, guys. So I'm here to congratulate all of our rank advancements. So we have today for Emerald coaches, which for those of you guys that are new, to become an Emerald coach, you must bring in 2 other coaches into your organization to rank advance to Emerald. So this is like kickstarting your business. This is cashing in on that team volume. You have finally unlocked the beauty of team volume. And if you don't know about that, get into our Emerald training call. Okay, it's really important. So with that being said, let's congratulate. We have Alyssa, we have Jackie, we have Nikki, we have Tatiana, Melissa, and Yahaira. So congratulations to our new Diesel Core Emerald coaches. And then the next one, yeah, I don't have okay, this is a big one, guys. And I'm so freaking excited to share these girls over here. They are kicking butt. So all of these girls are in the running for Success Starter, besides 2 to actually cross the finish line as first Diesel Core Success Starters. So again, for those of you that are new, Success Starters is a very prestigious title. You only got one shot at making it. And what this means is that you jumped into the business. So if you're a newer coach, listen up. If you're a newer coach, this means that you jumped into the business and you hit Success Club your first, second, and third month consecutively. And by doing so, every month there's a different prize, but the big prize is you can earn your ticket to Summit. That is our yearly event. This year we have it at Indianapolis. That's why it says Road to Indy. And so I want to congratulate right now. We have Victoria and Catherine. They have crossed the finish line and they are officially Success Starters, and they both earned their ticket to Summit. So freaking excited to see you guys at Summit. It's a little happy dance. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. And so we have Rochelle Perez. She is month 2 qualified. Mind you, she's sitting on SC4 right now. So we know that girl is crushing it and she's going to be there for this year's summit. And then we have congratulations to Yahaira and Yanni. You guys have qualified for month 1. You've got 2 more months to go. You guys got this. So I can't wait to see you guys at summits.
This is still you, Rattle. That awkward silence. This is
that awkward, yeah, sorry. I was like, wait a minute. And then I read Fit Wars. I'm like, no, that's me. That's me. Okay. Diesel Core Fit Wars, guys, how epic has Diesel Core Fit Wars been? And not only has the group been amazing, but how many of you guys felt the momentum in your fitness? How many felt the momentum in your business? How many of you guys have been leveraging it? And if you haven't, that's okay. Leverage it now, and we're going to kickstart something else. We're going to talk about that on our next call. We're going to kickstart something else. But for Diesel Core Fit Wars, this is our very last week. Guys, give it your all. Give it your all in this very last week. And don't forget, we have prizes. I mean, we kind of already know who's taking the first place prize. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding, Alyssa. I love you. Guys, let's give it up for team number 2. They are seriously crushing it.
They are dominating, and they are dominating since day 1. So hail to the queen and her.
Seriously, hail to the queen, because they have, their record is clean. Like, they have gotten every single point possible that you can earn.
1 point missed. In
1 point?
all 5 weeks. Well, I still have to calculate week 5, but up till now, not 1 point missed.
Guys,
that's amazing.
You know what? That's freaking amazing. Okay. And it goes to show you that they can do it. We can do it too. Like, we all got it. We all can do this. So I want to congratulate, although it's not official, but it is unofficial. And then don't forget, we have our runner-up prize, which is 25% of the pot. And then we threw in a little last-minute prize where we're going to be raffling 5 I Survive Fit Wars tank. So remember, in order to qualify for that, you must have a perfect score for week 5 and 6. And that does not mean you're going to earn your tank. It just means your name is going to be entered into a raffle. And we're going to raffle off 5 of those shirts, those tank tops. So that'll be super fun, super awesome. So I know around week like 5 or 6 is usually, or around week 4 or 5 is when people start to like lose their momentum. So we had to throw something in there to bring the momentum back up. And this is it. So get your chance to earn this tank. So make sure you are logging in 100%.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, there's going to also be another part of this raffle. And I forgot to put it on here on the slide. It's my bad. But there's going to be a mega pop-up challenge happening this week. This week, you guys are going to hear of a mega pop-up challenge that can also change the trajectory of the leaderboard. So,
I was just going to say, Alyssa, you're going down.
But not quite. And on top of that, that will also be a qualification for the raffle. So be on the lookout for the mega pop-up challenge.
Now, really quickly before we go into the next stuff, guys, I want you guys to see. We decided to do this really big, epic Diesel Core Fit Wars. These challenge groups are essential to build your business, right? And we wanted to show you guys exactly what it takes to run a successful challenge group. So take what you guys have gotten from Fit Wars, tweak it to whatever you guys want and apply it with your team. You can link up with other coaches, link arms with other coaches, and get, you know, another competition kind of going. But so you guys can see, you guys can make it fun, you guys can make it exciting, and you can keep the momentum going. So we really wanted to show you guys the power of an amazing challenge group and how it can literally not only change you and change your fitness, all right, change your mentality and change it, but also change those inside of Fit Wars. I can tell you, I know Monica has gotten crazy amount of turnover with challengers turning into coaches because of Fit Wars, and so have I. I mean, I just got a message today, I love it, you know, where he says, you know what, I want to, you know, do this coaching, and she was plugged into Fit Wars. So guys, know that these challenge groups are essential. You must have a challenge group running year round for your challengers to slowly, you know, funnel them into the coaching and then into the rest of the stuff that we have going on.
And just heads up, guys, Fit Wars is not the actual group. Although the competition part is going to be over, the group is going to remain intact and alive and running. So you have a choice. I know I have a lot of, by the way, welcome all new Diesel Core coaches, because we've had an influx of new coaches in the last couple of weeks. It's been amazing. So welcome to your first team call. But with that being said, one of your main questions was, when this Fit Wars ends, is there going to be another one? There will be. We just don't have a set date, and it may not be exactly the same way Fit Wars was. It's going to be something different, but still equally as fun. But this group that you're in right now is going to continue to run. So you've got choices. For newer coaches, you can bring in your new challengers and customers that you start as you start to build your business. You can bring them into the Fit Wars, right? You have the ability to add them in. But if you are already a coach that has tenure in the business and you are bringing in Success Club points every month and you have new blood constantly coming in, either you have two choices. You could buddy up with another, you know, veteran coach or one of the newer coaches and, you know, branch off and make another challenge group. Or again, you can continue to use Fit Wars as you see fit. But if you are in Fit Wars right now with the momentum we have, once the competition's over, it doesn't mean it needs to stop. I say we keep going. Why not? We're having fun. A lot of things are happening in there, and soon we'll be announcing what the next big organization-wide challenge group will be.
Awesome.
All right, hit it. Oh, I stopped share by accident. Hold on. On my way back. Okay, go. This is you.
All right, guys, Summit. I'm so excited. Guys, you realize Summit is 8 weeks away. Whew. I'm so freaking excited. So I wanted to talk some Summit stuff. I know that I've gotten so many questions about hotels, about different things, or what would you wear, what is going on. Okay, we opened up a Diesel Core Summit page. If you are not on there, get in there. That's where we're going to be. One, while we're at Summit, keep communication. And that's basically everything you're going to find in that group. You're going to find out, you know, attire, what to wear, or different things that are going on. We're going to also, we're going to be talking about different, like, we're going to be representing. So we're going to be bringing it, you know, selling different shirts and stuff like that so that you guys can go and represent Diesel Core. But anyways, before I jump into all of that details, registration already got sent out today. So make sure you check your emails. If you guys had paid for your Summit ticket, you should have gotten an email today to register. You have to register. You have to register into Summit so that when you get there, you can get your badge and whatnot. You're also going to pick a trainer who you're going to work out with. So there's one where it's a trainer, and then the next day workout is a super workout, which that's the one that you guys have probably seen us on the street, which that's that picture right there. We take over like crap load, like what, 30 blocks or more? I don't even know. It's like ridiculous. We have like helicopters all around. It's so freaking epic. It's so amazing. So we're going to have those two types of workouts, but you guys have to pick your workouts. You have to go in there. And also I highly recommend that you guys purchase the lunch package. I'm telling you right now, there's about an hour break in between different sessions. You want to go ahead and purchase that, because I have seen those lines downstairs and those trucks, like they'll park a couple food trucks, and they're like out of this world, like long and ridiculous. And the restaurants, it's just, it's crazy. So I highly recommend you guys to get the Beachbody lunch package, where they literally, when you come out of your session, you go into a room, you hand them your ticket, they hand you your lunch, you go sit down, you go hang out with your friends, and then before you know it, we're going right back into session. So also that's done in registration, so make sure you get that. Roommates. So in the Diesel Core page, if you are looking for roommates, if you already have a hotel and looking for roommates, please post it, because I know there are a lot of girls that are looking to jump into a room. And if you are looking to jump into a room, please post it too, so that we can start coordinating and start figuring out who's going to stay with who. Guys, the more the merrier. I'm telling you guys right now, we're never going to be in the room ever. Like, you go just to sleep and you wake up like crack of dawn, like literally. So definitely I highly recommend you guys rooming up. I know right now they have a shortage. There's no rooms available right now, because I know a lot of my girls have been trying to register, try to reserve a room, and they can't. I am pretty sure, and I'm almost positive Beachbody knows what's going on, and they're already making accommodations. And remember, a lot of people, this is the time that people start canceling. So all those cancellations will happen, and then things will open up. I'm fairly positive, don't quote me on that though, I'm pretty positive that that's going to happen. But if not, rooms and are looking for roommates, so let's just start butting up right now, and let's start figuring that out now, because it is 8 weeks away. Diesel Core Super Workout Tanks. So we are coming up with something. We're coming up with a pretty awesome design. Obviously it's not me doing the design, it's Monica, because I really suck at that. But we will come up with a Diesel Core tank, so that we can represent. Every team does it. It's so freaking awesome to just like go. Last year we did the tutus and the shirts with the different sayings on it. It was pretty fun. So this year we are thinking of doing, I'm not going to say it yet because I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be a surprise. But we do have some ideas in mind, and it's of course, it's Monica, so it's awesome. All right, and then our luncheon. We are trying to figure out a little bit of details. We kind of had a little bit of a hiccup with where we are going to, but we will, as soon as we find out, or we have a location and we have our deposit down and we know for sure that we have a set place and time, we are going to share it with you guys. We're going to give you guys the information on that. As of right now, it's still a little bit up in the air. We apologize for, gonna bring it to you last minute, but we did have a bit of an issue. And when you guys go to Summit, you'll understand. All right, and then be sure to be on our exclusive Diesel Core Summit. Yeah, I already said that. So make sure you guys are on our Diesel Core Summit page, because that's where we're gonna have full communication. We're gonna be able to make sure everybody is in the group. Nobody's left behind. Nobody's left out. I don't want people to show up to Summit and say, oh, I didn't know that there were tanks for sale, or I didn't know that we were, doing this, or I didn't know there was a lunch. I would hate for that to happen. So if you know somebody that is going to Summit and that are not in the group, please add them to the group. We don't want anybody left behind.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, I can't believe someone's already here, guys. This is crazy. I feel like we just celebrated the new year. All right, and by the way, we can't say much, but just know that this summit is going to be epic. Epic for our team. Okay, let's move on. So we've got another event that actually I've been so excited to announce to you guys. This is something that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, and I was working out one day, and I thought to myself, like, we need some kind of, between here and Summit, some kind of training that we can get the coaches together. We did something similar last year. And I thought about that event that we did last year, and it was just here in my home. And I said, you know what, we need to replicate that. And then the wheels started turning. And then I thought to myself, what if I called in a little favor for a certain super trainer here in South Florida? And I made a call. And when I got off that call, I was jumping up and down like a crazy woman. And I called my sister, and I'm like, it's a go. She said yes. So I'm excited to announce to you guys that we have a Diesel Core exclusive team workout and workshop with none other than Megan Davies, super trainer. How amazing is that? I sent the message and I'm like, let's see if she says yes with me. Does it hurt just to ask? She said yes, and the date is June 8th. She'll be coming over. We were back and forth on how big we were going to make this event, but we decided to make it small and intimate, a lot like the event we did last year where we did something similar. And she's coming over, and we're going to do it in my home as well. We're going to have a poolside workout led by her. right? So you got to bring your mats with you, your bottles of water and all that. We'll also be having post-workout mimosas and brunch, while we also hear from Megan. She's got an amazing, powerful story. I don't think many people have heard it. We had her at a Super Saturday once, and she was just like amazing to hear what she's been through, getting to where she is at in her life. And so I wanted her to share that with you guys as well after the workout. And then from there, we're going to have a business training workshop that's going to be geared towards our business, our team, and a couple of topics that Veronica and I have been bouncing off each other that we think the team needs to hear to take things to the next level. So really exciting. Now let's talk real quick about what it's going to require to be able to register for this event. You must be an Emerald who advanced in 2019, right, this year, or you have a PS Emerald that advanced in 2019. So let's say you are a Diamond coach or a Star Diamond coach and you want to attend, you must have at least one of your PS coaches in your downline that hits Emerald in 2019. If you're an Emerald or a Ruby yourself, but you advance it to Emerald and Ruby from 2018 prior, then you have to have, again, a coach in your team, a PS coach in your team that advances to Emerald in 2019. Now, I know I've got like Yahira on this call. Like literally Yahira got on our Emerald training one night and the very next day advanced to Emerald. Like got everything in place and advanced to Emerald, because it is that simple. And what I really wanted to do out of this is I wanted to use this event for us to get over the idea that it's hard to get your business started, right? It's hard to unlock that piggy bank. It's hard to unlock the team cycle bonuses. It's hard. It is not hard. It can literally be done in less than 24 hours. So we want to kind of break through that and use it as an incentive to get to this training. And also because we want you to have some sort of team already in place so that the things that you're learning in this training are going to make sense. You're going to feel empowered walking into this. You're not going to feel lost, and you're going to have some kind of understanding, because we're going to talk about things like team volume bonuses. We're going to talk about how to start building your team. We're going to talk about all these kinds of things you're going to need for your business, but you got to have something started, right? You got to have skin in the game. So those are the requirements. We're going to have 20, remember, it's a small, intimate event. 26 spots will be available, okay? So registration will go live on May 11th. And there will be a $20 per person just to cover the cost of getting Megan here, all the food, because we're going to have not only brunch as a breakfast post-workout, but we're also going to have a lunch, because this will carry on into the afternoon. By the way, the times may vary. I'm still working on all the details, so that may shift a little bit. Just plan to be here the majority of that Saturday. And then the last day to advance to Emerald to qualify will be June 6th. Okay, so all of us that have summit goals, and we have all these things that we want out of our businesses, these are the certain things that I want to place in your path to now help you also focus on advancing your businesses and moving the ball forward in 2019. All right, so who's excited about that? That's my emojis. I want to hear it. Are you excited? By the way, if you guys are not South Florida coaches or anywhere that you could get to this event, if you did qualify, if you do qualify, we will be streaming not only the workout with Megan Davies, so you could follow along at home. So by the way, people like Tabitha, Lorene that have that building teams outside of South Florida, you guys can invite your coaches over to your home and have them follow along, or do it again virtual, where you and your PS coach can log into the workout and get it streamed live if you want to do it. But you guys can get creative with the idea that you're going to have access to the live streaming of not just the workout, but the training as well. All right. So drop your emojis. I want to hear how excited you guys are. I told you 2019 is going to be our year. We're going to have a super trainer all for ourselves. It's amazing. Okay. So sorry, Maddie. I know that we talking rabbit. But guys, I'm so excited to announce our guest speaker for tonight. Maddie, I actually did her team call last week, and it was so much fun to see her and her team and to see how she has come into this business, right? I've been around for 8 years, but I've seen her come into this business and absolutely dominate. And she's dominated fearlessly, as it seems. She's probably like, are you kidding me? I've been shaking in my boots the whole time, trying to figure this thing out. But it seems like she's come in with this confidence, with this notion that she's just going to go after it. She's not going to take no for an answer. She's been relentless in her pursuit in all of her goals, and it's shown, because what she's done in the 19 months that she's been a coach is absolutely amazing. You'll catch her on every single leaderboard month to month, and here she is, like, again, 19 months in the business, crushing goals like Success from 10 All-Star. She's currently 1-star qualifying in her business. Get this, guys, she qualified for the MM100 test group, the Morning Meltdown 100 test group, the one that's coming out with Jericho now in Summit. she's in it right now. And I know she can't talk about it because every time I was in a test group, they would have you like sign disclosures if you literally can't talk about it. But just know what a privilege it is to be in a test group. And this girl landed in the MM100 test group. So that's really awesome to add to her coaching resume. I picked that picture on the bottom right-hand corner of her passport and her boyfriend's picture because I remember when she posted that, it was this last Success Club trip was the first one that she earned and the first one that she got to go on. And it was her getting her passport and being able to take her guests onto this trip. And it was because she crushed her goals month to month that landed there and everything else that we just talked about. So Maddie, I want to bring you on the call. If you're there.
Hello, hello.
Hey, let me stop sharing here. Because I want you to talk to the team about a little bit about yourself, your story, your take on coming into the business, how you feel. The fact that you're 22 years old, you're a college student, obviously very busy, doing a lot of things. How it is that you've been able to build this business. And then also we want to talk a little bit about Success Club and working from abundance because it seems like that's exactly where your mindset is. Every time I hear you on a call, I see you on a training, I see you hitting those leaderboards, that is clearly a mindset of abundance. So take it away, girlfriend.
All right. So I have kind of a PowerPoint because I'm a squirrel brain. So if I like see everyone's things in the chat, like I'll just totally zone out. But I'll start with my story really quickly. So like she said, I'm a college student. I played volleyball at Western Oregon here in the Pacific Northwest for 4 years. And my journey just kind of started as a college student and didn't know what the heck I was doing. Sorry if I curse or if your kids are on, it just kind of comes out sometimes. All right, good. And so like I got in here and I was doing CrossFit, so I felt like the best shape of my life, and I was so stoked because as a college athlete, we're hitting triple days the first week you're here, and then it goes into like you're on the road for 5 days at a time. You're missing school. You're trying to like get on the bus and get stuff done, but sometimes like your nutrition lacks. Like you finish a game at 11 o'clock at night, and all you do is grab the snack bag and you just go for it. And so for so long, I was like, well, I can eat whatever I want because I'm burning X amount of calories, like whatever. So fast forward, oh my God, 30 pounds later, my freshman year as a college athlete, like for me at one point I was like, well, it's just muscle. Like that's what they always tell you. It's like protein shake, like here's another one from Costco and stuff like that. And so I just was adding, but I wasn't actually like putting out all the energy all the calories I was consuming. And so I continued to gain weight. We were like squatting over 200 pounds and like, yeah, I felt strong. But when I look back at it now, I was like, I was so insecure. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Just going for what, like things that we learn now. And we're like, what would you tell your younger self? I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but it's just crazy. Like I'd be like, Maddie, stop caring what people think of you and do what's best for your body. What's like my roommate could eat literally anything and never gain a pound. But for me, that doesn't work. And I know there's some other people on the call that feel the exact same way. And so I had to find something that was going to work for me. And so it took me 2 years to actually sign up with my coach. And she always asked me, and I was like, no, like get out of here. Like I honestly almost signed up with her mother-in-law because her mother-in-law was super consistent, but she wasn't. And so I was like, but I was like, whatever, I'll try it. It was like a 14-day free trial. And so I was like, why not? I was in the middle of, it was the beginning of season. So this was in August. I didn't sign up till October. So it still took me a while after that 14-day free trial. And it was during the middle of like season. We were in triple days, but I was like, I'll do that 21-day fix thing with you. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, well, whatever, I'll try it. And I literally lost 12 pounds in the first 12 days. And I was like, wait, okay, these little container things are genius. Like portion control is everything. And for me, telling me to cut out carbs, like I would call you silly. Like what? Like that's just not going to happen. Like I'm burning so many calories. I have to have those carbs to be able to play volleyball. So fast forward, and it just worked for me. And so I finally decided to say yes in October of 2017. And for 3 months, I did not sign up one person. I didn't know what I was doing. My coach is younger than me. I think she was 18 or 19 at the time, and she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't send me a welcome email. There was no, like, shout out, this is my new coach, nothing. Like, I know we all get so worked up about, like, recognition, all these things. Like, I didn't have that. I've never been on a retreat. Like, I've never had those things, but I do it for my coaches because that's how I would have been driven. But I just watched team calls. I would watch Diesel Nation team calls. I would watch Melissa's team calls. Ashley Dyson is one of my like favorite mentors in the business, and now we're really good friends because I would watch her after she would record her call and post it on YouTube. I would watch it like it was my own team, but she didn't even know who I was. Like, she literally is like, you're so creepy, but like in a joking way now. But that's what I had to do to learn what to do. And so my first customer 3 months in was my mother. It took me 3 months to convince my own mom to sign up. Super embarrassing. But then I finally decided that when 80-Day Obsession came out in January of 2018, I was going to go all in. And I went to my first Super Saturday, I think it was January 12th, like that first week of January. Went by myself to Oregon, and I don't know if you guys been to the Oregon one, but it's a good 400 people at event. It's a huge event. I went by myself. It's like 2-hour drive. I was like, why not? Like, Melissa told me I should go. I'm going to do it. And so I decided that when I watched that video of the cruise ship coming in, I was like, what is that? And the girl next to me was like a 2-star diamond. I don't know. She was working the business. And I was like, what is that trip? And she was like, oh, like that's Success Club. And I was like, what's Success Club? Like, you guys, I literally didn't know what Success Club was for 4 months into this business. I didn't know what it was. I was like, I guess you're supposed to sign people up. So she told me, like, if you hit Success Club every month of 2018, you could earn the opportunity to be on this trip. And I was like, okay, cool. So I like kind of picked her brain after. Like, I just wasn't like afraid to ask her questions because I really didn't know what I was doing. And so she was like, just, this is how you do it. Like, showed me share a card. Like, literally, this girl doesn't know me from anywhere, but I just asked questions because I still didn't know what I was doing at all. But I hit Success Club 10 that first month of January. Honestly, it was all because I watched a trip, and I'm so travel oriented that I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. So then in March of 2018, I didn't realize you had to have 90 PV to hit Success Club. So I didn't make Success Club in March. And I was like, in my own mindset, I was like, oh my God, my world's ending. I'm not getting on this cruise ship. Like, what the heck? Why did my coach tell me? And I was like blaming her. But why would I blame someone else when there's FAQs out there? I could Google that and figure it out. And just going to put it out there. You will learn things in this business after you fail. Like, the first time I went into 1-star qual, or I thought I was going into 1-star qual because I hit diamond in 10 days in my boyfriend's account, I didn't realize you had to have, I think it's 10 active coaches or whatever. And so I missed it, and I didn't get to go to New Leaders Conference. And so I just dropped him off of diamond and didn't hold that 1-star qual. So now I'm back into 1-star qual, full circle. But just those things you're going to learn in this business. And so I kind of just went for it. So I'm going to share my screen and kind of get into how my mindset is on Success Club, because this is how I teach it to my coaches. And I have a couple success starters now, and we're just crushing it because we get it and we do the little things. So create a marketing strategy. Can everyone see my screen? Thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, cool. So creating a marketing strategy. For so long, I didn't know what I was inviting to, so I didn't have a plan. I didn't know if I was inviting to a challenge group that week or to coaching. I was just inviting to anything. I was just casting a net of hoping, like, if I just keep sharing and telling things, somebody's going to come knocking on my door asking me to sign them up. Newsflash, that doesn't really happen unless you're maybe Ashley Molset or something. But to be honest, like, you have to do the work and you have to know what you're inviting to. And so my marketing strategy, I kind of like to, every other week, I kind of switch back what I'm inviting to. And so today I started my new challenge group. Excuse me. And so all the last week of April, I was inviting to this boot camp that started today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be completely gone out of that, and I'm inviting to a coach sneak peek that I'm starting on Thursday. So I like to switch it up, because if you're not inviting to a coach sneak peek, or you're not talking about the coaching opportunity, you're never going to be a solid diamond. It's so funny to me. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I invite to coaching, but like, I went from October of 2018 to having 12 personally sponsored coaches to now of May, I have 62 of my own personally sponsored coaches. And that's just because I decided to invite to the coaching opportunity and get raw and vulnerable and take a no. Because for so long, you just are so scared of that no if you're a new coach. And I totally get it, because I was in the same spot, but you'll find comfort in that. And so if you're inviting to too many things, it's just confusing and it's clustering, and people don't know what to, like, when someone asks you, like, I don't know what your boot camp is, that's kind of a reflection of what you're doing. If someone doesn't know what it is, it's because you're not showcasing what you're doing as a coach, and then it's just a bad reflection. So if someone sends that, it's like kind of a reality check. Okay, I need to be more clear. So I'm going to show my pre-workout every single day. I'm going to show my couple workout moves every single day. And then I'm going to do a call to action every single day because they need to know what you're inviting to. And so you just have to be able to get the mindset of like, I need to level up and we got to invite to coaching because it's going to change your business. So host those coach sneak peeks. And so now I've kind of transitioned my sneak peeks onto Instagram. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this thing now of coach sneak peeks on Instagram, but I kind of made like my own Instagram team page. And the really cool thing is that you can tag it from your page back from that coach page, and you can do Instagram lives and then save them, put them as IGTVs, and then they post onto your feed. You can do Instagram stories on that coach page and then save them as a highlight if you're going to talk about objections. It's a highlight of just objections. So like, I really enjoy this view because I felt like on Facebook, I kind of became white noise, and some people don't swipe up and they don't know their Facebook login and they don't know how to get on to Facebook to join your coach sneak peek. So on Instagram, you just click the @ sign and then it adds them in. And so there's no excuse, because if you're talking to them on Instagram, they have to have an Instagram, where some people now are like, I don't have Facebook. And so that's an excuse for them to not get in. So just an idea. It's definitely new. I've only done it twice now, so I'm hosting my third one on the 9th. And it just you keep learning new things about it. But set a number of invites and get it done. This is something I didn't do for so long. And I'm going to talk about how important the tracker is because it changes lives, especially as a new coach or a veteran coach or whatever you are. Having that tracker when you get started is so important. So, here we go. Sorry. So let's talk about the non-negotiables every day of how I hit Success Club. If you look at the tracker, basically every bullet point is straight from the tracker. So I add 100 new people on Instagram every single day. I use Captivate. There's a bunch of different things you can use, or you can just use manual. But when I was doing it manually, I never actually kept track of how many people I was adding. And this is the same with invites. I always thought I was like, oh, I'm sending like 50 invites. And I'd go back and count, and I'd probably sent half of that because it doesn't actually tell you. So I use Captivate to follow new people. But if you're not following new people, you're talking to the same people and you're going to become white noise. And if they didn't want to sign up then, sometimes you're just not getting a fresh crowd and it's going to be harder to hit Success Club. So make sure you're following people every day. And then I message my new followers. I always say, hey, thanks for following me back. It means the world to me. Are you on a health and fitness journey of your own? I'll talk a little bit about my invites. I think it's like the next one down. But that's just what I say when people follow me. And then getting your invites in, talking about either the coach opportunity, if that's what your marketing strategy is, or talking about your challenge group. You got to pick one or the other. You can't kind of post one day and this and then that, and then it's just so confusing to people, because if they're not interested in coaching, they don't know you have the opportunity just to work out, and then they just get confused. Had it happen way too many times. And then following up with people, I like to do my follow-ups sometimes if I'm like on a rush and you're like, I don't have that time, using voice message, because that way people know that you actually are behind a screen and your voice is there. Yeah, they watch your Instagram stories, but I'll get on voice message and be like, hey girl, I know you saw like my last few invites, but I really think this opportunity is for you, and blah, 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 blah. And just kind of showing that you care and that you're real, and it's not just like, oh, here's a mass invite all the time. So kind of mixing in those voice threads are super helpful to new coach or like to new prospects. And then checking in the team page, your challenge groups, and back office. I know this is on the tracker, but I think so many people go through and they just check the box to get it done, but they don't actually spend time. Because if we're loving on our challengers, and I liked how you guys were talking about your fit wars, but when you love on your challengers, they turn into coaches. And if you are just kind of throwing them in there and hoping that they want to become a coach, but you don't really like nurture them, it's going to be so much harder. People aren't going to retain, and they're not going to be ordering their shakes, and it's just kind of a bad downfall to have. So make sure you're actually going in there with intent instead of just checking off that box for the day. And then drink your shake and do your workout, because if you're leading from the front and you're doing that, your coaches are going to follow. If you're standing in the back, pushing them, like herding cattle and just trying to get them to go, but they're not moving, it's going to drain you. You're going to be so over it. And then you're just like, well, it doesn't work. And you're going to throw your hands up and be like, why isn't this working, Monica? I thought like you said it was going to work, you know? So you just got to lead from the front, whatever you do. Make sure you put yourself first. So here's a couple different invites. I always like to throw these in because new coaches are like, what do you say? What does your invite look like? So if you want to take a picture of the screen, go ahead. But I always say like, hey, thanks for liking my post. I hope it brings you some inspiration. Are you on a health and fitness journey of your own? Whoa, someone's lighting it up. All right. And so if someone says no, you'd be like, oh, you should think about joining one of my accountability groups. I keep it so freaking simple, you guys. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't feel like you need to write a separate message for every single person. Otherwise, it's taxing and takes 10 million times longer, and you want to get the invites out fast. What comes out of the invites can be a little bit more personable, but the invite itself, you can copy and paste it. I give you permission. It works. I do it every single day. So if they say no, you invite them into an accountability group, and then they're going to ask you, what is an accountability group? And that gives you a conversation. So I always end my things in question. So my invite's in a question, my next thing's in a question. It's never just a statement, because then people aren't going to reply to you and you're like, they're ghosting me. So make sure you always have an engaging conversation going on. If someone says, yes, I am on a health and fitness journey, I always say, that is awesome. What kind of plan do you follow? Because if they're doing CrossFit, maybe we can put in Portion Fix. Or maybe they're doing their own workout, but then you ask, well, how is that working for you? Because someone's like, oh, I do my own kind of workout. Ask them how it's working, because sometimes it's not working, and then you can, oh, look, try my accountability group. You just kind of sneak it in there. With the coaching invite, it's the same exact first part. And then if they're like, oh, yeah, I'm actually on an invite, blah, blah, blah. You're like, oh, my God, girl, like, you should do what I'm doing. Like, you should be a coach. Have you ever heard of online coaching? Just making it super simple and not overcomplicating being scared to invite to the coaching opportunity. It's really not that scary. And if they're like, oh, I've never thought about it, you're like, hey, why don't you join this Coach Sneak Peek page? And you just tag your Instagram from the invite on your DMs, and they can just follow it and check it out. It is so simple, and it works. 100% of the time, people follow that page, and then they either say yes or no, but they're getting the info quicker than if you're trying to add them to Facebook, and then maybe you're not doing a Coach Sneak Peek that week, and so then they're going to have to wait an extra week, or you're trying to write the email that's perfect for them. You're never going to say the right thing to the wrong person. I'm sure you guys have heard that before, but it's so true. Like, if that person is so not into it, don't waste your time like trying to convince them, because when they see the value, they're going to join you. But if they don't see the value, it's not going to happen. So let's talk a little bit more about connections and then flow of conversations. So connections, I'll see the chat after. Sorry, it's blowing up, but I just can't look at both things. Otherwise I'm not going to be sidetracked. Okay. Connecting with people. You guys, there is so many network marketers out there. And I'm not saying the market is saturated, but you have to be able to stand out and actually connect with these people. And so, like I said, I do copy and paste my invite, but connecting and using voice threads are super important to connect with that person, engage, and show them your personality, why you would be a better coach for them than the person next to you. And so here's just kind of an easy conversation. So I always ask them, what are your goals once they're interested? And they can either fill out the link in my bio and that kind of boot camp or thing, or they can just ask them, hey, what are your goals? What would you want out of this boot camp? And then you go, awesome, I'm excited to see what I can do to help. Do you work out all the time, or do you work out at all right now? And then if they say they do work out, or if they don't, you're like, oh, great, are you opposed to trying to work out from home? So this is just an easy flow conversation, and it gets down to them saying, yeah, I want to try it. And so here is the next kind of conversation flow. I'm not going to read all these for you guys because you can kind of read them, but kind of how it works is that you're talking to them and communicating. And I think this message right here, I like to get emails, so it's a little bit more professional, and then I don't get lost in my DMs, and they're not expecting a quick response all the time, because I like to invite in the morning and then follow up at night, so I'm not on my phone all day long. That's how I work my business in pockets, because I'm in school and I'm at work during the day, and so that's how I do it. But this is a super easy way to be this is all the info in one message, but it's not overcomplicated. I think for so long as a new coach, I would word vomit, and people were terrified. They're like, oh my God, she gave me so much information. I can't do this. And that happens with coaching too. Don't get me wrong. I could send the same message to 2 new coaches. One coach tells me that it's way too overwhelming and she quits, and the other coach is already at Success Club 6 and she signed up on May 1st. So you just don't know. And so this message, I think, is simple enough, but it gives you all the details where it's not like you're having to send one after another. It tells you the price. It tells you what you get, how you're going to log your workouts. You get nutrition and Shakeology and all your workouts for the year. So this is a good, easy message. And then it kind of brings me down into our VIP, loyalty, coach discount, whatever you kind of call it. Everyone calls it something a little different. But when people give me the price objection, I always say, well, why don't you try being a coach? You can make back your investment in the first month by helping 3 people. Super easy. So it kind of brings into that coach invite at the same time of being like, hey, this doesn't have to be this huge burden. And I was listening to Keith Callahan today, and he was just saying like how people spend millions and millions of dollars to invest in owning a McDonald's. And sometimes the $160 price for us as coaches is almost not enough skin in the game, so people don't feel that like they have to stay in here. And so we like this opportunity is so priceless, and we only pay $160. And just sometimes I say that on a word message to someone because one, they're like, oh, it actually isn't that much, because when you see that price, it's so easy to talk yourself out of it. Whereas if I'm like, hey, it's only this price, people are like, oh yeah, it's only that price. Where if you're like, it's kind of expensive, like being wishy-washy about it, people feel that and they're like, they get that weird negative vibe too. So another thing I do is if I'm in a push to qual, or if I'm trying to, say you're trying to get to diamond, you can start everybody out as a coach. And I know some people disagree with this or whatever, but if I want my butt to get to diamond, you can start people out as just a discount coach. And if you sign those 5 people up in the 5-week period, you get a $100 bonus. It's a huge push. And this is what I say. So, hey girl, I just emailed you your order. I just wanted to give you a heads up that I signed you up as a preferred customer, aka discount coach. You'll get all this. But the cool thing with this message is that if someone's like, I really, really don't want that, it's super easy to click out of having that in your cart, and they don't have to do it. But 9 times out of 10, people say yes, and then they continue on, and then they're interested in the coach opportunity. I've only had maybe 2 people say that they're like, please don't sign me up that way. But honestly, this message has been life-changing. It helped me get Nick to diamond, so we're in 1-star qual. It's helped my other coaches like sign 8 coaches, and they're just trying to get those last 2 emeralds. Like, it is super life-changing if you're really in that push to get to diamond. So take a screenshot of this message. It is super simple, and it explains it all. It makes it seem like, girl, I am looking out for you. Like, I want you. I sign all my coaches up. This is the best way to do it, because first you get a discount, and then they're kind of into it. They're like, oh, and then I add them onto my team page. So I have 2 different team pages. I have like a Mad Empire a business builder page, so like my girls that are all emerald and hit Success Club are in that page, and then everyone else is in the other page. So to get moved to the business builder page, you have to hit Success Club. But even the discount coaches go into this group, and so then they're like, oh, actually if my friend wants to join, I'll just sign her up under me. So one, that's helping us. If you're trying to go for elite points, that's helping us have them hit Success Club, and you're hitting Success Club. And so it's just a double whammy. It's just a good idea if that's kind of what you're pushing for. But then again, use the dang tracker. So what I do too is that we have text threads on my team. So we have an emerald text thread, we have a push to emerald group, and that's like the diamond group. So we have different text threads, because I thought that Facebook Messenger for so long it just wasn't working. Like, people would read the message, or Facebook groups, and there's too many Facebook groups. So sometimes we just do text threads, and at the end of the day, we just post a Snapchat or like a picture of our tracker and be like, hey, got it done, or I struggled at this part, how do you guys do that? And it's a great way for, as a new coach, to be like, hey, send me your tracker at the end of the week, and you can get a one-on-one call with me. Because I was, God, this is so embarrassing, but I would be like, I just wanted to help everyone. And so I get on a call with someone that had been in the business for 3 months, hadn't signed one person up, wasn't even working out. And I would spend my time trying to convince them that you can do this, but they have to earn our time, you guys. Your time is so precious, and there could be another person out there that is ready to go right off the bat. And so if you're not constantly holding them accountable to doing these daily actions, they're just going to run you to the ground, and you're going to want to pull your hair out. I had a girl that never did this, but she was signing coaches, and so I was spending so much time with her, and then she quit because she didn't have enough skin in the game, and she was like, Maddie's going to do whatever I want her to do, basically. And she kind of ran me to the ground. Like, at the end of the day, I was like, okay, great. Bless and release. She's gone. But honestly, that's how I feel sometimes. But so new coaches, this is super important. So I always put this in my new coach email when someone gets started. I send them this tracker right off the bat. It's a great way for them to see like, oh, okay, like this is easy. I have something to do, because sometimes like, okay, like I'm a coach now, what do I do? Send them a checklist and they can just mark these things off. And even if they don't get them all done, just telling them like, these are the daily tasks that a successful coach does. Try and get as many done as you can. Send me a picture at the end of the day. And it's just that compound effect. If you're sending these invites, following people every single day, think about where you'll be next month and the month after that and the month after that. And by the end of the year, all these invites you're sending, it's going to accumulate. And that's basically how I got into the Morning Meltdown test group. I just swear to God, I was sending 62 invites through December, January, and then February. Everyone in the world was like, yeah, I'm ready. And I'm like, heck yeah. Like I literally was at Success Club 16 with a week left in February. And somehow I ended up at Success Club 40 because of the compound effect and continuously talking about this. So you can absolutely do it. You just have to show up every single day, starting now, even when things aren't going your way. So I show up for me. At the end of the day, I'm showing up because I want myself to be in the best shape possible, and people feel that energy, you guys. If you're passionate about what you're doing, people will follow you. If you're somewhat in, out, people are like, like they can see your energy on your stories, on your posts and whatnot. And so I give you permission. If you're in the middle of a program and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do it, I can barely press play, quit that program. I give you permission and find the one that you are dang passionate about and makes you jump out of bed to get the best results in the morning. Because for so long we're like, well, I'm on 80 day and I'm going to be such a failure if I don't finish. Some people, it's not meant for you. Just get rid of it, start 21 Day Fix and go for it. For so long, we're just like, but I'm going to let someone down. You're not letting anyone down but yourself. So be passionate about what you're doing every single day. It is so important. And we're enabling ourselves to get, it just trickles down. If you're enabling yourself to do your workout 4 days a week, if you're not doing lift 4, but 4 days a week and it's a 6 day a week program, you're enabling yourself, and that's going to trickle down into your coaches and your downline and your future downline. So do the daily actions now, because when your team gets there and your new coaches sign up and they see what you're doing, they're going to follow your actions. So put in the chat right now. I know you guys have probably all done this, but what is your why? Even if it's like a couple sentences, keep it short, but put your why in there, because I get on these rampages where I'm like, oh my God, no one wants to sign up. I'm not going in a 2-star qual. That was my goal by the thing. And I'm like, that's not my why. My why is that I show up because I want to change lives and I want to have financial freedom. So when I move to Arizona, I don't have to get a job right away. Like those kind of things. And so make sure you're in tune with your why every single day, because it's going to make your journey so much easier. So why would we have a reason or a goal to hit Success Club? Like why do we do that? You're going to be inviting strangers and you're going to be getting uncomfortable. But if your why is not strong enough, you're not going to go and invite strangers. You're going to get in your head about it. You're like, well, I don't want to sign up with me. And you're going to get that one no a day. And you're like, oh my God, I can't send another invite. So your why has to be so stinking strong for you to conquer your mindset and get into it. I totally forgot about all those things I made. Sorry. But so this is something too, as a veteran coach or wherever you're at, sometimes we've learned things that were like, it made you hit Success Club 20 in October and you're like, that worked super, super well. And I'm still doing it in April and May and I'm barely hitting Success Club 6. Sometimes things phase out and you can't continue to do the exact same thing and hope for these amazing results. That's insanity. You have to decide to change things up. Because if I were to continue to run Facebook coach sneak peeks and they haven't been getting good traction, I can't think that I'm going to continue to recruit coaches. I have to roll with the punches and find something new that's going on. And so that's what I challenge you to do is send a different invite. Try the ones I said earlier today, because sometimes we get in that set oh, this invite worked so well in January, but I don't know why it's not working now. People have seen it before. Maybe that's why. Maybe we just got to change it up a little bit and keep it interesting, because sometimes when we get in this mindset where I don't want to send invites are boring, yada, 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 it's because you're bored of your own invite. So change it up and try something different. send it to your best friend and be like, hey, would you reply to this? Because most likely your best friend's gotten one from like Arbonne or what all those other network marketing companies. And so if they wouldn't reply to yours, maybe change it up a little bit. That's a good kind of tip to be like, oh, okay, my invite kind of sucks, or my invite's great, she would reply to it. And so I said this earlier, but in a world of millions of people trying to sell you something, be real, be raw, and be different. If you're trying to be a cookie cutter coach like anybody else, you're going to become white noise. And just be you. Be you. You're so much better than the girl next to you, and you're so different, and you're so yourself. Be you. And so I wanted to end it with this. What would you say if you could tell your younger self just one thing that you've learned? And I know you guys probably have way more than just one thing that you've learned in life. And one of my mentors said this to me today, and all I could think of was that tell myself to stop giving a shit about the person like that I'm trying to please. That's not myself. Like, we always care what other people think. And I don't know, like, I wish I would have learned this back freshman year when I was so worried about like, well, if she gets to eat that, I should eat that. And like, just the comparison game all the time. I would be so much happier. And that's why I am so happy now. I have the mindset now that I'm already a 5-star diamond elite coach. Like, I don't even care. Like, yeah, my rank doesn't show that. And some people don't even know who I am in corporate still. But like, I show up every single day like I run that type of team, because that's my damn mindset. If I wanted to be a diamond coach for the rest of my life, I would just sit back and never host a team call. But I don't, because I have dreams to get higher up there. And I have dreams of accomplishing things, and I have a vision board, and I'm not just going to make a vision board to have a vision board. You have a vision board because you're going to accomplish the things on your vision board, right? Like, you're not just doing this to like please your coach. We have to have that why that's strong enough to get past that. And so when you take these training calls, 5% of your success is based on trainings and learning the things. 95% of your business and your success is being purpose-driven action, taking action after you listen to these calls. Okay? I heard that from Keith again today, and I was listening to Build to Last, if anyone's listened to it, but I was like, that's so true. You could sit on every single one of these calls, soak it all in, have all the best information, but if you're scared to go out there and invite someone and take the action, you're going to sit here for the rest of your life and be miserable and just watch that other person rise to the top because they're taking the action and you're not. Boom.
Yeah, girl. Wait a minute. Now, wait. Do you have another call right now in like 2 minutes?
Yeah, my team, but I'm just going to text them. Actually, okay, you can ask me questions.
Okay, so yeah, because I know you're on a rush, so I'll go over the stuff that I know. I've been watching the chat and the questions, so I'll go over the stuff that I know how to answer. But before I do, I just want to tell you, when you said, I'm a 5-star elite coach, you didn't even bat an eye. Like, you said that with such confidence that I was like, wait a minute. Wait, is she 5-star already? Did I miss something? Because you said it with such conviction. And that's the certainty. That is what has to be running through your veins in this business, because you're absolutely right. You guys know I talk about this all the time. The value in this business is not Shakeology. It's not beef honey on demand. It's not the unicorn juice that makes us move of Energize. It's us. There is nobody like you. There's nobody that brings to the table what you bring to the table, because you are you, and that is your power. So Maddie, like, you have owned that, and it's shown in all areas. And just hearing you talk and hearing you share how you go out there and have those conversations, it seems like you're bulletproof to any objection that comes your way, to any naysayer, to even the no's, because you've already realized, because you've realized, I can tell,
yeah.
You realize that number one, it's only a matter of time. Like, the no's now are never, oh my God, in 8 years, I can tell you all the no's that came back and became a yes. They were just seeds planted. And then number one, and then number two, you know how to battle them, and you know how to keep, your why strong, your vision strong, despite what other people, may be thinking or saying or tell you, because you know what you want. And that's really important. So are you good for a couple more minutes?
Yeah, you're good. Sorry, I'm just trying to post this.
Yeah, I know, because I know you had your team call like literally in like right now.
It's okay. I told them I got 5 minutes. You guys are good.
Okay, so
sorry.
I'm going to go through all the things that you shared tonight. And guys, I saw your questions, but I think that what I need clarified, or I want to know more about, because I've heard about this, but I haven't implemented it yet, just yet on our team. Those Instagram pages for sneak peeks, because we get the same thing. We do all our sneak peeks on Facebook, but a lot of times people are not on Facebook, and that's starting to trend more and more as time goes by. So things are evolving. On that Instagram page, what you do is you create a brand new Instagram page, and then you use all the highlights, all the IG stories, and the feed to just promote coaching, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And so when someone's interested, you plug them in and you tell them, like, go follow this page or go check out this page, and it's going to give you everything you need to know. So you as the upline, are you creating that for your entire Mad Empire?
No. So what I challenged all my coaches that were Emerald and higher is to create their own. Okay. Because one, that makes you think of your own team name. That makes you step up into leadership and decide that I have a team. So that's why I kind of implemented that they make their own, because that's what took me from Emerald to Diamond, is that I started team calls, I started a team page, those sorts of things. So I wanted them to have their own that they're solely talking on.
Okay, awesome. Now this is now we're talking about building our team. Now Success Club wise, are you putting people into this when it comes to Success Club, or what are you mostly using to attract people to your challenge groups?
Instagram stories. I mean, I feel like it's pretty, like, I just constantly am posting a call to action every single day. So like I kind of said, it's consistency. So every morning I wake up, I dance with my Energize on a trailer, and then I work out every single day. And then right after that, I get on and I talk with my mouth to my phone. Some people just start putting, like, they only post like unfold stories of like a call to action, but I do both every single day. So I'll always say, like, my coach sneak peek starting this, or like my challenge group starting this day. And so using your mouth to invite, plus doing like Instagram stories, like with a pretty graphics and whatever, doing both of those is super important, because for so long we just kind of get in that rut where it's like people don't know what I sound like, and so they're just posting videos or whatever you're doing and just doing a poll. But open your mouth, talk, and then you can put like little like snippets at the end of like what that story was about, and that's helped a lot too.
Oh, I think that's brilliant. I think that's made a big difference. For me, I personally hate talking into like videos. I'm like, that's outside of my comfort zone. Like I can do workout videos all day long, but then you ask me to talk and I'm like, I don't know what to say. But I have put myself out of the comfort zone in doing that. And I've been talking. My sister does it like she doesn't even think twice. She's just like, she doesn't care if there's 5,000 chins, and she's like, hi guys. And I can't do that, you know?
I stutter and everything, and I leave my stutter video.
And she'll do those things. So I've had to push myself out of the comfort zone, but I can tell you that it's a game changer, because people feel more connected to you. And Maddie said this, your goal is to, number one, stand out, and number two, figure out a way to connect. And that is, again, you are your power. People need to hear you and need to see you, and that's important. So thank you, Maddie, for that. That's like a big deal. Now, the other thing that I thought that you talked about was the loyalty program. How you talked about, and guys, I'll share with you my steps on, it's almost verbatim like what Maddie's been doing. The one difference is that she uses the plugging in the coach sign up into the cart and on share cart, and then talking about the loyalty program. So I think a lot of people were asking, you do that to every single person that is buying a challenge pack from you, and you leave it up to them to remove it at cart, or do you explain it beforehand?
I don't explain it beforehand, but sometimes it's not everyone, because sometimes like this person has been so wishy-washy where I'm like I'll just do the like thing. But if I'm in like a push to like qualification and I need those coaches to go into qual, like I'm going to do it without asking them, and then I send that email and then they can say yes or no. But one other thing is, like, if I see a ton of potential in someone but like they're not ready, I don't want to waste their success starter. So it really kind of depends on the person. Like, I really do take into account who the person is. But sometimes you get into those crunch moments where you're like, oh my God, I need to get one more person to go into Diamond. Like, then I would just do it. Just go for it. But I do take into account who the individual is.
I love that. So I think my take on that is that if I've got someone, for example, signing up and they've got their heart set on doing 80-day obsession, becoming a coach is almost a no-brainer, because this person is going to be 3 months into a program. They're going to be 3 months into Shakeology for sure, because they want to do the 80 days. They're going to want to save the money. There, I would say it's like, you know, it makes sense. But like you said, if you see someone that's like potential business builder, you want to make sure that they hit the ground running and they get that success starter ability to hit that. So there's a lot of things to factor in, and I agree with you. There's a lot of things to factor in. It's basically putting on your CEO hat and making those calls on the people you're talking to. And again, doing your job of connecting with them to understand what they need out of this when you go into that next step. So I just want to clarify that because I know a lot of people are asking about that. And then the rest, I don't know, guys, do you have any other questions? I'm going to talk to you guys about how she shared with you her scripts on how she invites and all that kind of stuff. Is she right? How she invites.
Sorry, I just read something and Maddie's the shit.
Maddie's the shit, like real big, boom. And you were afraid of cursing on our team. No. Me as their upline, like they hear it left and right. So the scripts that she shared, I'm going to share with you guys once Maddie hops off, because I know she's got to go to a team call, how I do that, how I implement third-party tools in this aspect, because I think that the third-party tools are golden I'm a visual person, so when I saw videos, that sells me, and that's how I like to talk to people and get them to see what we have to offer. And then talking about evolving, how if one thing's not working or if it worked once, how you got to figure out how to constantly evolve. I'll talk about those things, but outside of those things, if you guys have any questions before she hops off, going once, because those are the two questions that I saw on the speak and the.
You can always just message me if you have any other questions.
All right, cool. All right, Maddie, we love you. Thank you, guys. Don't hop off.
Thank you, guys. I'm so excited.
Team picture. We love you, Maddie. You're the boss. We love you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So for everybody else that's still on, let me talk to you guys about how when Maddie talked about those scripts. You can use those scripts. Personally, what I keep on my phone, and Veronica will probably tell you what her process is, I keep 3 questions that I ask people. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to gain ammunition on whatever objections may possibly come my way, and I'm trying to figure out how I need to help this person. Because if I don't ask questions, if a mom is coming to me postpartum and I'm talking about, not working out in a gym, or going to a gym, whatever the case may be, like I'm not tailoring to what her needs are, then that can cause like a conflict on what is that, someone that has no problem with sweets, but then I'm telling, hey, drink Shakeology because it's going to kill your sweet tooth. Then I'm not combating the right objections, right? So what I do is that I'm constantly out there, and when I get an interest in something, or I'm talking to someone and it leads to what is a challenge group, what do you have to offer, I ask 3 questions. And I share this all the time with you guys, and it's in the file section of our team page. But I ask, what is your biggest struggle? What is your goal? And what is your current fitness level? With those 3 questions, I'm able to determine how I need to help this person. I'm able to combat what it is that they need out of this and figure out what I need to tell them. The second step I do is that I share with them a third-party tool, which is a video. Beachbody puts so much money into these third-party tools. They're professionally done, and they show people exactly what they need to see. The containers, Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, what the challenge tracker app looks like, what a challenge group actually looks like, what it means to be a part of this. So instead of sending like a bunch of words, and I know Maddie does that, and that's fine if you want to follow up, but to me, the visual, that 2 to 3 minute video, because that's all it is 2 to 3 minutes. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, hey, you have 2 or 3 minutes to spare, watch this real quick because I want you to get a good idea. I want you to get a visual of what I have to offer. And I do that, and I let the third-party tool do all the heavy lifting for me. All the things that I can't say or I can't type or I can't get out, it does all the work for me, including, by the way, plugging in the price, right? So at that point, once I've got the questions, once they've seen the video, then I ask them, do you have any questions, right? Because at this time, either they're sold, they realize this is what they need, and they say, sign me up, I'm ready to go, or they come at me with their questions. And again, when they come at me with their questions or the objections or whatever concerns they have, I now know enough about this person to then battle those objections and figure out, okay, why this, it's $160, but this is what you're getting for it. And, if you've got a problem with a sweet tooth, this is what Shakeology does. And if you don't have time, I got 20-minute workouts for you 4 days a week. So being able to, again, figure out how I'm helping this person. I love that loyalty program idea, but again, like she said, I would go on a basis, like depending on the person you're talking to, what they need and where you're at in your business, and make that decision. Personally, I talk about coaching on the 3rd week of someone being in a challenge group, because by then their Shakeology is going to hit again, right, in the 4th week, and they have the ability to save money. And at 3 weeks, people are going to know whether they love this or it's just not for them. And at that 3 weeks is when I can say, listen, I have a way for you to save money. That's how I personally do it. I love what she said. You got to constantly be showing what you're inviting to. It is crucial, guys. And Instagram stories is like gold when it comes to this, because you have like this freedom, to just post, and people want to feel like they're right there with you. They want to feel like they're living everyday life with you through Instagram stories. And so that is like the way that you can invite that feels comfortable, right? It shouldn't feel icky. It's not like this post that has to be beautifully written and perfect, image and all that kind of stuff. Like, you could just be yourself. Like Maddie said, talk into the camera, show your workout, you guys probably, if you follow me, you follow Veronica, you follow Amy, you follow Top, like whoever it is that brought you out here, I bet you that person on their Instagram story shows you every single day what it looks like when they're doing their workouts, drinking their shake, taking their Energize, and doing their thing. So it is imperative for all new coaches on this call. Like, that is where that has to be number one. Your foundation for your business forevermore is going to be your journey. And then I think it covered everything that I had on my list here to talk about. So guys, was this helpful? Helpful? Anybody have anything to say? Any input? Anything they want to share? Any questions?
I have a question. I wanted to give my new coach Maribel a shout out, because she has totally come out of her comfort zone and has made her Instagram public. So go, Maddie.
Way to go,
and
girl.
She's been posting on stories what she's eating, her workouts. So I'm super proud of you. And I want to give Alyssa a shout out, because she is on team 2. So thank you, Alyssa.
Way to go. Awesome. And welcome to the Diesel Core family. We are excited. We're here to support you. So by the way, new coaches, if you are starting off and you want our help to support you when it comes to Instagram, Facebook, and all your posting, like, we are the type of team that if you post something, we're going to be right there behind you, cheering you on. Like, way to go, throwing all the emojis at your post and all that kind of stuff to create that interaction. So if you're a new coach, feel free to screenshot your Instagram feed, plug it into the team page, and say, hey guys, follow me. I just started, my business, and I would love your support. And we will go and follow you and help you out and give you those likes and those emojis to help get your business off the ground. Anybody else? I know there was one other person that went unmuted.
It was me, but I was just asking about the videos, but somebody did answer it on the chat. That they're in the coach office.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you guys go, by the way, if you're a new coach, on Wednesday night we have new coach training where we're going to go through the back office, show you where to find all the tools, the third-party tools. By the way, YouTube, like, what is it? Where's Casey? GTS? Google that shit. That's Casey's rule. GTS that. Google, you will find everything. When I started coaching 8 years ago, guys, a lot of the stuff that you have at your fingertips did not exist. We literally had to figure this stuff out. Nowadays, like Maddie said, she came into this business. Her coach is super young, not working the business. By the way, if you don't know this about me, my coach that brought me into the business does not work the business either. I'm actually abandoning the business as well. So I know what Maddie's going through in that sense, because a lot of times coming in, I had upline support with Christina and Becky for sure, but oftentimes, you gotta, when you are in the predicament that Maddie and I are in, you gotta figure things out for yourself, because you don't really have that coach that's gonna do it for you, or light the fire under your ass, or beg you to, come on, let's do this together. Like, you gotta want this for yourself. And so that could be a hard thing, but it's also a gratifying thing to understand that, you know what, you really wanted this and you went for this. So GTS that, Google that shit, figure it out in the back office, and new coach training will show you how to navigate through there and find all this stuff as well. Because believe me, all the answers are there. Oh, and what's the other one? What's the other video? Vimeo, is that how you say it? I use a lot of Vimeo also, because what I like about Vimeo is that it doesn't do that thing where if you watch this and you want to watch this, because oftentimes people label videos on YouTube on purpose, it just gets all crazy. So I personally use Vimeo, and all my links are now being used on Vimeo instead of YouTube. Anybody else?
John. Monica, can you talk about you said you used Stim Social, and Maddie said she used something else, but can you, forgive my ignorance, I don't know what those are.
Okay, so Captivate is the one that Maddie talked about, and the one I use is called Stim Social, which I started using after my sister started using it as well. These are services, so I do pay extra for it. There's very affordable, cheap packages. Like a month, you'll pay like, I don't know, you could pay like $10, or you could pay the one that I pay, which is more advanced, because I want to have some more Tabitha wrote something. Okay. Stim Social, I use the $40 package, or I think $30 package a month, and it gives me a lot of other capabilities that I use in my Instagram. These are third-party apps that you can use, and what they do is that they not only track the people that follow you and unfollow you, which is key because you want to be able to figure out who it is that you're connecting with and who you're not. Or like Maddie said, if you're filling out your tracker and you want to, you are committing to adding 50 new followers or following you 50 people or 100 people, you want to be able to track that. And you're not doing it manually. Can you? Yes. Is it time consuming? Heck yes. So these apps facilitate that. They also help you when you pay for the bigger packages. Like what I do is I hone in on the kind of person I'm looking for. So on my Stim Social, I'll put, I'm looking for a woman. I'm looking for a certain age, age bracket. I'm looking for women that are interested in XYZ. I use hashtags and everything. I can give Stim Social everything I'm looking for, and it'll start to find followers for me to engage with. And it'll help me with the adding and taking off those that I did not connect with when it starts to clear out. So it does like this cleaning out process of whoever didn't follow you back, right? So these are third-party tools that you can use. You do have to invest some money into them. But personally, this is my business, and I used to do the same process manually when I couldn't. Not even when I couldn't afford the apps. It's when they didn't even exist. Like back then, they didn't exist. Today, they exist, and I think that $10 a month that you invest into your business. It's not an app. You're right, Veronica. It's not an app. It's a service. It's a service, right? Yeah. And you run it through my computer. When I navigate through Stim Social and I work on it, I work through my laptop, not through my phone or an app.
You have to use a web browser to navigate through it. You cannot use, it's not an app.
It's not an app. Okay. And I don't know much about Captivate because I never used it, but I know what it's about. It's similar. It's very similar. Now, what Tabitha was saying is that they get flagged a lot. So watch your settings. It's true. If you try to put these computerized, services to work for you and you put it like on hyperdrive, Instagram is going to flag that. They don't want that, but if you're using it just to supplement what you're doing, then that's fine. So watch out on your settings that you're not putting everything on like hyperdrive and sitting back and then not doing anything, because it will cut you out. It will put you in Instagram and Facebook jail.
Okay. One other question, Monica, and it doesn't have to be on this call, just an idea for later.
Okay.
I know that you guys use, I know Veronica does too, you guys use Canva a lot, like to do your posts or to do graphics. And I know when I was trying, and I mean, it could just be me, I'm old. When I was trying to figure out like how to navigate it or how to use it, I was having some difficulty. So for a later call, like another time, just planting the seed, throwing it out there, can maybe we do something that sort of like gives some assistance with things like that?
Yeah.
Those are really, those things are really scroll stoppers.
Yep.
And you guys are good at it.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, number one, I got good at it because that is my passion in this. I love, aside from the working out, I just love photography. I love editing. I love all that kind of stuff, right? That may not be your passion, or it may not be what you thoroughly enjoy, but Alyssa's correct. It is important in social media. You've got to be able to stand out. Stand out equals attention. Attention equals money. Like that's just like business 101, right? But what we can do is that I'm a firm believer that a lot of the apps that I have and the stuff that I've learned to use it because I download it and I play with it. Like on my downtime, I'm not just mindlessly scrolling stuff. Like I dig into my apps and I figure out, oh, this new app I got because someone recommended it, what can it do? Because there's really, unless you sit there and go to tutorials for every single app, you got to just play with it and figure it out. Now, however, I can meet a lot of you guys in the middle, and I know I said this about 2 months ago, and it just never happened with so many things happening. But we will host a workshop, so to speak, virtual workshop coming up soon. So now it's back on my radar, Alyssa. And I will take a night and teach you guys stuff. Just jump on Canva and teach you the basics of Canva, which is how I do all recognition. I will jump on a couple of apps that are my go-tos, like my number one apps that I use day in and day out, like Triller. Making my workout videos. Tabitha's become a big pro on Triller as well. A Word Swag, which is how I put on my lettering on stuff. Another one that I use, I don't even know the names. I know Line Camera, which is being able to like crop and plug into like already made, you know, if I need a picture circle of a person I'm plugging in for recognition purposes, how to do all that kind of stuff. So, Alyssa, it's on my radar. I will jotting it down right now, and that'll be coming up soon. So that workshop will be coming up for you guys, social media. Okay. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? Tamara, you have a question? I don't know if I said.
I just unmuted myself, but Monica, I would love to do the same thing that Alyssa is asking you for. I will definitely sign up for that.
All right, I got you, girl. It's coming up. It's coming up. I'll take a look at the calendar and see when we can implement it this month. All right, so I think that's it, guys. Let's take our picture. So if you're like off your camera, come back on, take our quick group picture, and then off to watch Game of Thrones, right? Because that's what everybody's doing, right? Is anybody else binge watching?
Listen, I was mourning yesterday.
Shh, don't say anything, and I think I know what happened because somebody leaked it, but do not say a word. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Spoilers are evil.
I can't believe you, Monica. Who are you?
Okay,
Who
Casey,
are you?
Casey, I know
What?
you. I know you well enough.
My sister.
Yeah, your